everyone, it's xVixen with Team Dignitas. I'm here to interview Steven Destiny Bonnell. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. All right, I do have some questions for you. I was always wondering if there's like an origin from where your name Destiny came from, or did you just think it was a cool name, you chose it?
When I was really young, I had a bunch of weird names that I used, and I just kind of randomly ended up with Destiny.
When you were really young.
Really, yeah. Back when I was like 9 or 10, I started getting internet stuff. I ended up using the handle Neo Destiny when I was playing StarCraft Brood War.
Oh.
It sounded cool to me when I was 11, and just kind of carried it on through until now. I haven't really changed it.
That's cool. Makes sense. Okay, so when you were really young, since obviously you say you've been playing, did you always dream to become a professional gamer? Did you know you were going to do that?
I mean, there's a part of everybody that wants to, I guess, get paid to play video games. I always wanted to. I never thought it would actually happen, but...
So how do you feel now that you are in that scene?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. So how did you actually get into it? You just made moves, or did you play really good and someone found you?
A lot of things kind of happened to come together at the right time. I was between jobs, and the beta of StarCraft 2 had just come out, and I'd kind of like gotten suggested into starting to kind of doing the streaming thing. So as I started streaming, the technology was just coming up for it, and then streaming was just becoming popular, and the beta had just come out. So everything kind of rolled together, and I got really lucky, and it kind of slid into the spot that I'm in now.
Oh, so right place, right time kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know with me, I have really strict parents. They're kind of old school. So growing up with you, how did your parents feel about your gaming?
Normal parents. There were more than one time where they would hide the cable modem from me, so I would do homework and, not supposed to play too many computer games, et cetera, et cetera. They were right in everything they said, but now my mom's kind of, I don't want to say come to terms with it, but she supports everything I do because I'm obviously able to support myself and my family doing it, so.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Okay, so they're happy that you've become professional.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Do you find it difficult to keep up with social life?
Not really. I've always just kind of played games, so this really easily kind of rolls into what I would do with my free time anyway. It's just now I can do it more and I get paid to do it, so.
Okay, so does it, I know that when people play a lot of games, I'm not saying you necessarily, but people do become antisocial in reality, I guess. So have you found that it's harder for you to talk to people? It doesn't seem like it is difficult for you to talk to me, but if you were out, say, walking in the mall or something, you saw someone, would it be difficult for you to approach them and talk to them?
I've always found that to be kind of not true. I don't think playing games makes you antisocial. I think that sometimes antisocial people are attracted to playing games, if that makes sense. I've always been a social person. I'll talk to anybody on the street given the right circumstance. I'm a pretty social person.
That's pretty cool. That's good. Okay, what else did I want to ask you? A lot of people message me and actually ask me to ask you, what do you do for fun besides gaming? Since you did just say that that's what you do on your free time, but besides gaming, what do you do?
I really like music. I don't play as much anymore though because of just living situations and not having an area to practice. Mm-hmm. And I just recently took up shooting, so those are the two things I kind of do now besides StarCraft 2.
Okay, cool. I did hear you went to university for music?
Yeah.
That's cool. How'd that go?
It was fun.
Do you prefer gaming over music?
That's a really tough one. There are different things. Music has just always been kind of a personal, kind of a retreat thing for me. I don't know, it's just something I've always felt really strongly about my entire life.
That's cool. So something you do, like if you're stressed out or something, to just get away?
Kind of, yeah, I'd say.
All right. So back to the gaming thing. How many hours a day do you normally practice?
I shoot for 8, but realistically, it just kind of depends on what my schedule looks like.
Okay. So I know you say you're able to support yourself through gaming. Does that mean you don't need a side job or a part-time job or anything like that?
No, the closest thing I'd have to a part-time job would be like giving lessons or whatever.
And how's that? Do you get a lot of people asking you for lessons?
Not so much anymore. I used to get a lot, but then I raised my prices because I was doing them 8 hours a day and it was kind of driving me crazy. So I don't get as many anymore, but I still get a decent amount.
But it's good enough, I guess, too, for a living.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to know also, and I want to ask basically every professional this: do you see yourself the way that your fans see you as a celebrity?
Probably not. I don't. What do you mean by that, as a celebrity?
Well, meaning if you walk out and, for example, say you went to MLG and then all your fans are like swarming you, asking you for autographs and stuff. Do you see yourself as that celebrity that, you know, they should be doing that, or you're doing something? I don't know how to explain it, but
I mean, I'm a cool as fuck dude. I mean, I would like to meet me in person, but I mean, in terms of like being like a celebrity or whatnot, I mean, it's a pretty humbling experience. I never really thought it would get to that point. Like going to some events, like it's still kind of a, can I say mind fuck? Oh, overwhelming. I almost throw that. So it's kind of overwhelming or whatever. In a good way though. I mean, I definitely don't mind, and I don't mind signing all this stuff and talking to people that come up to me. So.
Okay, so I never met you in person, but you seem to be a really nice guy. I've met some people at MLG Providence who seem pretty, I guess, like they want to let you know that they're superior to you. Do you take pride in knowing that you make your fans feel not on the same level, but I guess respected by you?
What do you mean by that?
Well, meaning how like you don't. I'm pretty sure you don't treat them like you're superior. So it's like, oh, I'm not going to sign that, or I'm not going to talk to you. I'm just going to walk away.
No. I actually make it a point to sign pretty much anything that comes my way.
That's good.
Yeah. Some people, I'm not going to knock anybody out. I know everybody has their reasons, but some people are really anti-fan. I know some people at MLGs have reputations for like avoiding them or even like telling them. Yeah. But no, I mean, I honestly, I mean, the entire industry kind of owes its success to the viewer, so I feel at least a little bit obligated to sign or autograph or talk to people that come up to me. And like I said, I'm a really social person, so I don't mind talking to people.
I actually I think it makes you feel or seem more welcoming, so it would bring more of a fan base, I would assume. But I guess it really depends on how good you play also, not just how your personality is.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you see yourself doing this professionally for a long time in the future? I don't want to say the rest of your life, because I guess at a certain age you would just stop playing.
I mean, as long as I can, I guess. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Obviously, all the perks, the work-related perks of being your own boss and not having a real schedule or anything are really nice. So I hope to kind of stay in this vein for as long as I can.
Okay. And I know you said it's a lot of fun. Do you feel overly stressed being a gamer, knowing that all of your fans look up to you and idolize you?
Not really. It sounds kind of bad to say, but I've done a lot of like real life stuff. Like I had a real life before I did programming. I didn't get into this when I was like 16 or 17. I got into this when I was like 22, which is still incredibly young. But I mean, like I've had a lot of stuff. I've had a lot of bad jobs, and I've had to work a lot. So I mean, to get stressed out when I sit in a chair and play video games all day, it's unfathomable to me. So no, I mean, sometimes I get stressed out about the games themselves, but it's really easy for me to step back and be like, holy shit, you know, I'm incredibly lucky to be in this spot.
Okay, that's good. So you were just talking about how you had a real life before that. Can you tell us a little about that?
Well, like, and it's a common joke or whatever. I used to do carpet cleaning before this for like, it was almost a year, I think, maybe 8, 9, 10 months. I don't have to think about it. I mean, holy crap, that's some hard work. I have an immense amount of respect for anybody that does any blue-collar work. It's a lot of work, the pay sucks, and it's exhausting.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And then before that, service jobs. I worked a grave shift, kind of supervising in a casino restaurant overnight for like 2.5, 3 years, and that was fun.
So you definitely enjoy where you are right now.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good. I also wanted this. Well, do you have a girlfriend first before I ask the next question? Or a wife? Because
that's a really weird question. I can't answer that right now.
Okay. So
I'm not looking for anybody right now. Let me put it that way.
Okay. So another question would be, I know you're not looking for anyone now, but have you ever used your professional status to try to get a girl?
It's kind of a catch-22. It's really funny to say, but honestly, in this industry, you can use that to get girls, but the kind of girls that you get acting that way are usually not the kind that I would want to be with in a relationship anyway, if that makes sense.
I heard some crazy stories, not about you, but about other pro gamers using that status. So I just really was curious how that worked, but I guess that's good though. That shows that you are actually really sincere. Do you think that gaming will affect future relationships?
Definitely. All of my past relationships, I don't want to say they failed because of it, but I always get the complaint that I play too many video games, and I do like it. It's easy to get sucked into that stuff. So I mean, obviously, I'll be more careful in choosing my next relationship and kind of getting into that and making sure that obviously whoever you're with has to be somewhat supportive of what you're doing. Otherwise, it would make things really awkward.
But do you think that you'd be able to balance that relationship versus your gaming pro career, I would say?
Well, probably not. So they would have to be into gaming so that I could always use that as an excuse to do something with them.
Force them to play.
Yeah, something like that. And then that counts as time spent together, whatever.
Okay, so I know that you're a pro player, obviously, but even pro players have people that they look up to. So if you can choose one professional player, who would it be that you idolize, and why?
It sounds really arrogant or bad to say, but I don't really look up to anybody. I've always been kind of my own person, and I kind of just do my own thing. I actually tell people this because I get really flattering emails sometimes with people messaging like, oh, like I look up to you, and blah, 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 blah. But I mean, nobody's infallible, and nobody's perfect, so I think everybody should, I guess, just kind of be the best that they can be, and that's kind of what I do. In terms of like individual players, I think right now Stefano's the one that I respect the most in terms of like having a unique play style and whatnot, but I mean, he's not perfect, so.
All right, and how do you feel being called an entertainer by most of your fans?
It's probably, I mean, it's definitely true. I would never doubt that. If I wasn't streaming, I would be far less known, or maybe even completely unknown. I'm not entirely sure. Just because, I mean, that's obviously where the majority of my popularity comes from, and still continues to come from this day, is just kind of my whole stream and the personality I've set up behind that.
Okay, so is that your personality or something that just came up with your streaming?
No, it's 100% me. I'm very big on the authenticity thing. I think that catches some people off guard when I meet them at events sometimes. But I mean, like, it's the person that you see on stream is the person that I am. It's the person I've always been. You can ask any of my friends or anybody that has talked to me for a long time. It's just the way that I am. I'm really big on the authenticity thing.
Okay, that's good. If you have anything, I mean, if you could say anything to your fans right now, what would it be?
Just thanks for supporting me. Thanks for watching me. Hopefully, especially there's some stuff changing this month. I'm moving soon, and hopefully I'll be playing a lot more. So hopefully this next MLG, some good things actually happen.
Okay, and I do have one more question for you. Someone asked me to ask you how life is when I think you went to Korea recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or how was that for you?
It's really hard to say. I was at I don't want to say I was a noob, but there was definitely so much for me to learn when I went over there that honestly when I went over there I ended up just grinding ladder most of the time. There were a couple guys in the Startail house that I played with a little bit, but the majority of me over there was just laddering. But it was really, really beneficial for me. I came back a much, much, much better player.
Was the experience being in that atmosphere, was that like something that you treasure or something, I mean you obviously learn from, but is it something that you really hold on to?
I'm sure the atmosphere is great. There's a lot of great players over there, but for me personally, it's just being in an environment where I don't have any real life distractions and I can just sit and grind out 40, 50 games a day.
Okay, perfect. So is there anything you want to say besides what you said to your fans?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for watching me. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks to Cloud9 Labs for managing my website. Thanks to Quantic for having me on their team. And Razer for sponsoring Quantic.
Perfect. Thank you for having the interview with us, and hopefully we'll speak to you soon.